We now have higher car payments, higher interest rates, and the cost of vehicles are just getting out of sight and unreachable for many people. So many people have considered making a very smart move, which is buying your vehicle at the end of the lease. Now, this could be a very smart move and save your budget. And many drivers have chosen a lease because of the lower car payments. After you lease a vehicle, many drivers have realized they can buy out the lease. It's already in the original lease agreement. All you have to do is read it. And the option is best for many drivers who have fallen in love with their leased vehicles, have low mileage or very high mileage, but they're not ready for a bigger car payment with a new vehicle. Now, if you're considering a lease buyout, here's how to determine if it's the right financial move for you. A lease buyout is a good idea if you are ready to drive a vehicle long term, rather than going ahead and leasing another vehicle. Now, if you want lower initial payments before committing to a car loan, lease the vehicle with the intent of purchasing at the end. You don't have to tell the dealer that, the finance and insurance guy. It's none of their business. That's something that you would keep to yourself because they may make that number higher. Now, if it's not the right choice, and if you're the type of driver who's always wants the newest, latest models, I want to just keep moving to the new hot thing, maybe it's for business reasons, to decide which option is best, add the total cost of leasing a car, including the upfront fees, to the car's projected residual value, which is what it's worth at the end of the lease. Then compare that number to the car's sale price, plus all the fees, and factor that over the life of the car's loan, and see which number is lower. And that will be a good way to determine. Now, sometimes leasing and then buying is more expensive than buying it outright. This is especially true if you exceed the dealer's mileage limits or the residual value at the end of the lease is much higher than anticipated. So this means that you'd look at the number of the cost of what the vehicle is to buy it out, look at the current market values versus Kelley Blue Book or some of the other sites. Then you can make a determination and say, this vehicle is worth more than what the buyout is. It makes sense to buy it. If it's the other way around and the buyout is higher than its value, let them take the car and lease another vehicle or buy another vehicle. But imagine you can't get a good deal on your lease and the residual value is lower than expected. Leasing can let you avoid getting locked into a car until you know it fits your lifestyle. So before choosing the make and model of your potential lease, weigh your typical driving habits as far as mileage. If it's between 10 and 15,000 miles, then you should lease. If it's less than 10,000, buy it. If it's more than 15,000 miles a year of driving, you definitely want to purchase it because it'll cost you way too much money. Now, how long do you want to drive this car is so important. Now, if you hope to buy or lease the newest model in every 2 years, it doesn't make sense to lease and then purchase the vehicle. It's difficult to know if your car's residual value will increase or decrease over that lease term, so you won't know till the end of the term. But if it decreases and you decide to keep the car for a short period of time, you'll likely owe more than the car is worth. And the money will have to come out of pocket to swap it out. So be careful how long you want to keep the vehicle. How many miles you typically travel a year, super important, like I was saying. Leases come with an annual mileage limit, typically 10, 12, or 15,000 miles. And if you exceed those limits, purchasing your vehicle after the lease might save you from exceeding mileage fees because some of the mileage fees are way crazy, especially with some of the import cars. But be sure that these fees outweigh the price you'll pay to purchase the vehicle. Will you truly save some money? Well, compare a new monthly vehicle payment to the lease payment. Also factor in the purchase price, the security deposit, the acquisition fee, and the document fees. If you would pay more while leasing to buy, it might be smarter to buy the vehicle outright rather than leasing it first. If you're going to buy out a car lease, here's how to do it. Weigh your financial options. Get at least 3 different auto loan rates and don't forget the local credit union for a car purchase or a lease before signing off. The more offers you have in front of you, the better chance of receiving a good deal. It can also help to determine whether leasing a different vehicle or buying the car you've been driving will be more affordable over time. Now, shopping for a lease buyout loan should be approached with securing a traditional loan. And you can go 5 years, you can go 3 years. It all depends on the payment that you want to spend. So consider getting the vehicle checked before deciding to go through the buyout. Depending on how long you have had on the lease, you may be under factory warranty, but you also may not be, and that could be expensive. Try to avoid those extended warranties. We've covered that on our channel as well. Now, you shouldn't purchase the vehicle if it's in poor condition, but be prepared to cover excessive wear and tear fees if you decide to turn it into the dealer, because that's their new way of an additional money grab. but you can negotiate the price in some cases, not all. Often companies have a no negotiation rule for purchase prices on a lease buyout, leaving little opportunity for haggling. Still, it can't hurt to raise the subject. Ask the seller to consider a few concessions like waiving the purchase option fee, offering purchase incentives, discounted financing, because if you finance through the dealer, they're more likely to drop off that end of lease fee. But again, that depends on the dealer. Experts point to the purchase option fee as a sticking point many sellers are willing to take off the table. Before deciding to lease and then buy your next car, weigh the costs. Only go ahead if you're getting a great deal on both the lease and the payoff amount, and if it would be cheaper to buy your car up front, or if you think you'll want that car for a long time, skip the lease. Just buy the car directly instead, and you'll get your best value. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and check out our car review channel, Car Smarts. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee, and if you want even more content, check out the links in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.